All right, welcome to Smokey Reacts. I'm your boy Journalist, and on this one, the best way I could cover this was to just watch Abin preach, because I don't think anybody wants to see me sit through 3 hours of Katt Williams and Uncle Shay. I love both of them niggas, but like it can't even run. So I'm gonna check out Abin preach, toss in my little 2 cents. Shout out to Abin preach because I know how they're gonna do their video. Bro's already gone through, got the best excerpts. Probably gonna have some good takes. I'm either gonna disagree or try and provide a little bit more nuance to what I think the situations are, or certain things that people are saying from my experience of living and working in Hollywood. So yeah, that's the little 2 cents I'm putting on this. Thank you guys for joining me. If you could please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description, and let's get into this. I said, Alhamdulillah, dun, 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 it's done in this cloud.
We're only here.
I know we're not on music right now, but there's a dude from South Africa named Youngster CPT. He's got a song called Alhamdulillah. Wow, it's a tune. It's a tune.
Because it's Katt. You know how many times these motherfuckers stole from nobodies? I don't care if he airs out every day. I don't care how messy it gets. I don't give a about none of that stuff. These people are thieves, and a lot of people are think it's more important to protect the image of black people rather than rooting out evil people within the community.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
People who steal.
Big facts.
They want to make sure we look
Big
good.
facts.
Meanwhile, there's dirty happening in the back. Getting Katt Williams interview. So essentially, Katt Williams was on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
Uncle Shay Shay.
It's called the
Club Shay
Club
Shay.
Shay. And during the interview, he essentially aired out a bunch of people.
Aired it out like
everyone from Kings of Comedy, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, for all kinds of different reasons. Some for stealing jokes, others for claiming accolades that they never had. And the interview went viral. So some people had some things.
So viral, I think it's at like 24 million views in 4 days or some shit like that. It's ridiculous. No, it's like 30 million actually. Like he's doing movie numbers on a YouTube video. It's ridiculous. Shout out to my man Shay.
Just say a lot of the people who had some responses on the whole stealing jokes allegation. A lot of people were really shocked to hear that Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer stole jokes. I can tell you, they absolutely did. You can watch the videos themselves.
It's facts.
Yeah, I mean, they stole those jokes.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had.
Halloween was a trip. Halloween, we couldn't afford no Halloween costumes. Hey, kids, please. Mama sent us down to the liquor store, put boxes on us. We didn't know what we were.
I don't know what we are. I don't know. She didn't tell her. I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know.
You've heard me say that every Halloween I had the same outfit on. Every year. I just had a brown box. No, it wasn't nothing sad. I asked my father, could I have a new outfit? And he said, no, just wear the same one. And it was just a brown box. And he just told me to tell everybody I was a UPS man.
Cedric doesn't write.
God damn it. Plagiarism is crazy. People just be taking shit from niggas like nobody's ever gonna know. What's his name? H Bomber guy? I probably watched it like a week or two ago. But that 4.5 hour video, just plagiarism. Just come up with your own shit. Or like cite niggas. Or figure out how to do it like rappers do. Just be like, well, I guess you can't do it in comedy, but rappers love to be like, oh, like X rapper said, and then say they bar.
I'm sorry, he doesn't write.
Gas is entirely too high. That's all I'm saying. You are not supposed to be at the gas station making life decisions. You just at the pump. Just, Negro, did I eat today?
Man.
I can't get no half a tank. I got 6 cigarettes. I can't even do it.
Can't even do it.
If you had $10, $15, you could go to the gas station with confidence.
Facts.
But you knew you was either going to be full or damn near full. If you had a 20, you ain't even talk to the person at the counter. You just 20 on 11, bitch.
Throw it at their ass.
Used to be, if you put $15 in your tank, you had time to bond with your vehicle. You had time to put the nozzle in and set the clicker and look through your car and clean off the dashboard and look through your CDs and run in the store and get some Pringles and a Snapper, and it'll still be pumping. Now if you put $15 in, you can't even turn around good for that son of a bitch click. As soon as you put it in, just click, click.
Gas $4 a gallon. Can't even pump gas like you used to no more. $4 a gallon? You remember when you used to go to pump and put the nozzle in there and hit it? Be sitting there talking, be on your phone, hey, what's happening? Be walking around, cleaning the windshield.
Speaking of gay, hey, girl, what's happening? What you doing? Hey, you. Hey, dog, hey, you go in there, bring me a wine cooler. Bring me a cooler, dog. Not no more. Ain't nothing going on at that pump except you and that pump. Your ass is looking at that pump.
This is it's a completely stolen joke, but it's also just like, how much of this is like same idea kind of shit? Because these are all like general life experiences, but the way that he goes about the structure of the joke, you can tell that it's fucking inspired or comes from Katt's joke. But like this approach or concept of like gas is too high, so we like you spend less time actually like pumping gas because you get less gas. Like that's the universal concept currently. So I'm just like, God damn it, like, why you have to steal it? It don't make no sense to me. You could just did your own thing.
Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. 4401. God!
Yeah, this is the first one I see.
It looked like this. You flossing in a 6-shift convertible.
Comic view.
To the moon. Ain't gonna happen. Y'all move to the moon, damn it, we coming to the moon.
I used to let this joke too.
Y'all in space shuttles with Cadillac grills.
I used to let this joke.
Just rolling, one headlight out. Tags be all wrong. All bass. Y'all know we'll drive a space shuttle too. That's right up our damn alley. A space shuttle is long.
See, like Cedric's setup, I feel like it makes it personalized, but it's still a stolen joke. But I really used to love the fuck out of this joke. It used to be so good. Now they've tainted this one to me. I was like, nah, my nigga said.
They ain't scared no black folk. We'll drive a space shuttle. We grew up driving long cars. We'll drive a space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce and a quarter. We get us a cigarette. We be in a space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce. We get
They stole those jokes. They both stole those jokes. Some people are like, how do you know? Listen, joke stealing is interesting because
It's very
some
transparent.
people don't feel like it's a big deal. And yet, if one artist stole a song from another artist, you would think it's always right for the artist to pursue them in court. But I can't call somebody out for stealing my work. If you don't know the process of making a joke, especially when it's your... And then it's still any joke. According to Katt's own words, this is one of his best jokes, one of the jokes he closed with. And you close on your best joke because you want people to leave the show on the highest note. That's what they stole. Making that joke is a lengthy process that can sometimes take years. Mm-hmm. And you take an idea, you go out, you perform it, it bombs, it doesn't work well, it's clunky as fuck, but you gotta live through those awkward moments with those audience until you get to the point where it's this finalized product. So you go through all the ups and downs. You have other comedians watching you improve. Like, I know and memorize the acts of most of the comics I know because I see them so often and I see the progress. So you get happy watching them improve, and you get to talk with them backstage, and sometimes they offer you little tidbits. They're like, yo, you missed that. Well, last time you performed it differently. So you go through that whole ups and downs, and then you get to the point where it's ready for you to tour and do that stuff, and now you're proud because it's killing in front of crowds and they're loving it, right? In that 1 hour that you spent with the crowd, that 5 minutes that everyone's losing it on, right? You spent years crafting, and then someone comes along, sees your shit, and then think they just because they tittle with it a little bit or change the premise enough,
they
can get away with stealing it. Of course, it's gonna burn you up because you strive for that, and now they taking the credit like it's their own tribulations when it's not. That'll irk anybody. That's why an artist who sees their melodies being stolen has recourse in courts, and that's why people who have jokes stolen want that same kind of recourse. Now, does this mean that?
I just, on the note of like how jokes get constructed, because this last Fringe that happened in Edinburgh, I got to do it for a comedian named Mark Black, and I did his whole Edinburgh Fringe run. And in watching him each night do the jokes, like, you really get to see the process that Ab is talking about, where a motherfucker's molding the joke, like, as it's happening in the room at the time of telling it. Because the flow of the show's not the same. Like, where jokes show up in the show, how the joke gets told, where or why the delivery changes. Like, it's really crazy to see, because by the end of it, those last 2 nights of the Fringe that we did, like, he like perfected the show throughout the run. That those last 2 were some of the best nights that he fucking had. And the first night, or the second to last night, people were there to laugh and have a good time. So like, it's really, really fucking working. And then I got the ability to see, like, when people come to a show, but they're not really there to go to like a comedy show. They just wanted to go out for a night. So that last night was really people just trying to get to like a Fringe show for the last night. Still a sold out event, but it was really just not the right type of crowd for comedy. And I'm seeing him do the same show from the night before, but he's really having to work it now. And I'm seeing how he's even shaping it for the room at the time. And I'm just like, fuck. It's a real hard graft to be a comedian. So I can see why they get mad, because like, it's a hard graft when you write a song and you come up with music or harmonies or melodies. But like, when you're doing it as a comedian, I feel like you have less opportunity to mold it unless you're always getting on stage. And then once you do mold it, to just take that from somebody. Because like in music, most of the things people are doing have been done already. Versus in comedy, yeah, conceptually most things have been done, but like how they're getting done is what separates them. Versus the reutilization of like some of these harmonies or runs or samples in music is quite common. Versus in comedy, you don't have that. So when I come up with some shit, nigga, that's my shit. That's my shit. Like, nigga gonna go night-night. That's Kevin Hart. You can't take that from that nigga.
Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey aren't great entertainers? No, that's not what that means. Some people are great performers. Yeah, they're just good at performing other people's bits. Right? And they're not the first. They're not
Does Avatar jokes? Because he coming for these niggas like he a comedian.
Not the last. And also, keep it a stack with you, people from that era stole a lot of jokes. Them old niggas was constantly seeing jokes. And you know what the worst part is? We're only hearing about it because it's Katt. You know how many times these motherfuckers stole from nobodies? You know, because some people just come up with 1 or 2 bits that are really great and the rest of the act is trash. But it's still theirs, right? Just because you're a one-hit wonder does not mean anyone has the rights to your song. And anybody who steals jokes like this, I promise you, they steal from a lot more people. It doesn't just happen once. To be bold enough to steal from a famous person like Katt, because that shit was being performed on television. When they stole from him, they stole from a lot more people. And you can...
That nigga Carlos Mencia's whole thing got blown up because of Joe Rogan be like, I can't take this joke stealing nigga no more. This can't run.
Find it. There's all kinds of posts on forums, people doing side-by-sides of Steve Harvey with other people he might have stolen from. And those bits sound crazy similar.
That I can answer that question is by telling the Abomination story. It's a true story. See, there was this white family lived in Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
They had this man
You're good. It's okay.
And he did various small jobs for them on and off for about a week. One night he had just finished bartending a party, and the lady of the house realized that she didn't have any money. So she said to him, "Abominations, I want to write you a check, but I don't know how to spell Abominations." And he said, "Well, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. See, when I came to work for you, I told you my name, and then I said, but you can call me by my initials."
Everybody call me Abomination, fine. You call me that. Don't even worry about it. Everybody call me Abomination. I'm like, all right. So all week long, My ass talking about Abomination, what up, boy? Hey, Abomination, run to the store, grab some beer, come on back. My cousin said, what you calling him?
Damn, said he? Now my nigga said, why you
Everybody call
stealing?
him Abominations. It's all right for me to call him that. Like, nah, man, his name's CJ. He's saying you could call me by my initials. That's what he's saying.
Now here's the thing.
Still a
Not,
good joke,
it's
bro.
not because two jokes sound similar that's inherently stealing. Everything is contextual. Okay, well, are you guys running in the same circles? Okay. How similar is a bit? Okay. Is it just topical? Meaning, when the Juicy Smollett stuff happened, a lot of people ended up writing the same jokes. People who never met each other on different continents. How did that happen? Because enough people looking at the same problem, enough people are going to come up with the same ideas when it comes to the solutions and things like that. Same thing for jokes. When a lot of people are covering the same topic, but then you have to look at, okay, well, how similar are they? And if you look at Katt's bit, it's a very physical bit. He's doing motions, he's doing physical stuff. When you're replicating a lot of the same physical gestures, then I'm starting to look at you like, okay. When you're using a lot of the exact same words, then I'm looking at you like, okay, you've seen that bit before.
I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know.
And he just told me to tell everybody I was the UPS man.
As a matter of fact, it kind of happened to you. But it was not stealing. I remember that you did a joke about, we made a video about abortion. And we made a video about abortion. It was like we had like 30,000 subscribers on this channel. We made a video about abortion and how you asked the question. You're like, I just want to ask a question. And you said, if it's her body, her choice, shouldn't it be my money, my money? We filmed that, we cackle about it, we post that video, the video goes out. A couple of weeks after that, Dave Chappelle's special come out. And
Yeah.
he had the same
Someone
joke.
DM'd me.
But
someone DM'd me, he's like, yo, Dave Sawyer joke. I'm like,
no,
are you dumb?
it's impossible. And I'm gonna tell you, because of the time to create a special, the jokes that you have on that special, the time frame that it takes for you to build that joke, for it to be ready for that special, 2 months after you release that video, it's crazy. That did not happen. But the similarity is possible, and that was for one line, motherfucker. The whole bit.
I saw that shit from Mike Curry. That's 100% theft. And like, I know the difference. Like, when I'm in Montreal and some other random comic in Los Angeles is doing a similar bit, I've never published my stuff online, and we have the same bit, I'm not going to think he stole it, right? But when you're a famous person like Katt, you run the exact same circles as these dudes. They see each other in clubs. They watch each other on television. They stealing each other's shit. Yes, you can't get away with that kind of stuff. That's crazy. And here's the thing. Forget television. Before Steve even puts that shit up online, he has to be performing that shit in clubs. Somebody would have told him, yo, that's Katt's bit. There's no way you get away with that. Running that through a bunch of comedy clubs without him finding out. There's just no way. So, do I think these people? Absolutely. And also, here's another thing. Once you get to that kind of level of fame, all right, these cats, they don't write their own jokes. They don't even really do stand-up like that. No. People think because they were great in their young years, now they're doing all these movies, they're still great. No, they got writers. They got people who handle this stuff for them. That's how Kevin Hart got nabbed one time, is because he has people who write for him. The problem is, where are these guys getting their jokes from? Well, they go to clubs sometimes and they just pilfering from people. Yup. That's facts. That's facts. And why a lot of these big names don't like talking about it is because they don't want to cause conflict because it affects TV deals, it affects brand deals, it's negative publicity. But a lot of this stuff happens all the time. Internet business has got a lot of weird and shady people with weird practices. And because of personal relationships, a lot of people don't like saying nothing. So even big comedians who know this to be true will not say stuff because they don't want to anger Kevin Hart or...
See, this is the point I was gonna take up with the whole Monique and her money situation, and now how Taraji P wants her money, but she's getting paid lesser because she's a black woman, and they don't fucking feel like they need to pay her the money that she's owed. So Monique's issue was she spoke up because she was trying to get the money she was owed, and then all these black comedians, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, all these big boys that are supposed to be like, like they the man, they chastised her in public, but then like Privately, you wouldn't be like, oh, you ain't do nothing wrong. And then I seen an interview where Steve Harvey's like, yo, we black out here. We can't be messing our money up. I'm just like, it's shit like that is why the ecosystem is so toxic. Because you niggas ain't willing to stand on nothing. You're not willing to change nothing. And when somebody that is deserving of actually getting the pay that they need or the recognition and the pay that they deserve and have worked for, you aren't willing to do that because you're like, I might mess my money up a little bit. I don't know. It's like God, I really lose a lot of respect for some folks because when you have the position of power, if your only reason for keeping it is because you want to keep the money and not because you want to wield the power to its most effective utilization and make sure that shit continues to flow properly after you have the power, then I don't think you should have had the power in the first place because you're just a placeholder and you just keep kicking the can down the road and then the problem's still there eventually and then the next thing will have to deal with it.
Align themselves with Katt or whatever it is, but these things happen all the time. All the time.
As a matter of fact, that's why when I went to Bobby Lee's podcast and I went and I told him, so why didn't you want to say nothing about Carlos Mencia stealing your joke? And he's like, well, I said something when he came to my podcast. He's like, okay, but I'm not talking about it. When they did that little video and Joe Rogan was doing that video and everything and stuff, you didn't. They don't want to talk. They don't really want to do all of that. It's not everybody that really wants to have confrontation like that and do stuff like that. They didn't want, you know. But I had to ask him. I had the opportunity, so I did. Mind you, like I said, it's possible that people are gonna have the same similarity in the bits like that. If someone ever comes to me, and it has happened, yo, the bits is similar to that, I'm dropping that shit. I got other jokes. I don't want to even sound like someone or remotely. I don't.
Both these niggas tell
have
jokes.
someone
I didn't
being,
even know that.
Close or me making them remind them. I don't want to remind someone else of another comedian. If it's even close, I'm like, eh.
I don't mind sometimes because like I have a whole bit that I wrote about sleep apnea like 7 years ago. Okay, and then Joy Coy came out with a special recently, and there's some similarities.
Yeah.
Someone pointed it out to me, and I'm like. No, because I have videos of me doing it 7 years ago, so I'm not getting rid of it because I know I did it before him. But two, it's like this is personal to my life. It's real. Mm-hmm. So I don't need to let it go. But I understand the sentiment.
Yeah.
I understand the sentiment. I'm not mad at you for that.
Yeah.
Everyone got to make their choice. What is clear to me, one, they stole it.
But of course, it's gonna be a context, of course. You know, if I'm like,
but there's
nah,
one punchline. There's one punchline that I'm like, that's crazy. That's so
oh yeah,
yeah, I like that. The rest of it is fine, but there's one that I remember watching his show. I'm like,
but you know, I'm just like.
That's why I don't watch comics. I don't watch comics.
I understand.
I don't watch anything.
But I'm like, you know what?
Because I don't even want it to like. Because here's the. Sometimes you accidentally steal.
Yep.
You hear it once.
Yep.
You come in out talking, and then you get this funny idea, not realize you'd already observed it through osmosis a while back.
You heard some shit 10 years ago.
Yay!
And then you internalize that.
I don't watch it. People are like, yo, you see that? I haven't watched this special in like 5 years. 5 years. Other than the comedians that I watch locally, I don't watch nothing. Maybe that's not the best way to improve. I don't care. For me, this is what's working.
This is the thing I love about Abba and Preach is the fact that they are mature and adult with a lot of the ways that they approach this shit. So when I seen that they was doing Katt Williams, I was like, Preach is for sure gonna skim through or watch the whole thing, pull out the best bits, and we gonna talk about all the messy shit that Katt talked about. This nigga had a fucking adult perspective. He's not here for none of the mess. He's just talking about joke stealing at his fucking core and why it's right and why it's not, like, why it's wrong and that shit. God damn it. This is not the video I thought I was going to get. I might actually have to watch that Katt shit still. Fuck.
Okay. But, moving past that. So, they stole it. Okay? I don't want any... They stole it. Some people don't like the idea that people are fighting, arguing about this. They don't like that Katt exposed a lot of these people.
People don't like the idea. It brings another problem because people don't like the idea that a black man is exposing another black man. You know, there's that thing in the community where you can't expose out loud your community because it makes you look bad in front of white people or in front of the large majority.
I don't play that respectability politics shit. I don't give a fuck if a nigga wrong, and I'm airing that bitch out like fa.
Of the people in power and stuff like that. And automatically when you do so publicly, you are viewed as bitter, as jealous, as angry.
I be all that.
But people don't ask the questions of what's going on, or they don't assess of well, maybe what if there's something there, you know? So there's also that. There's also that side of the story where you can't talk about your own in public. There has to be that sort of fraternity, brotherhood that has to be there, that you cannot talk bad upon the person. It happened in another video that we covered. You know the guy that was covering restaurants? And Ocho
yeah,
Cinco
Keith
got
Lee.
mad because you cannot give a bad review to black people. You can't do that. So there's also that. Someone stealing jokes in your community. Someone stealing jokes in your community is doing a disservice to the community. If you're not airing that thing out, it's doing a disservice. It's just like the no snitching thing. It's killing everybody out there, but you can't talk because it's gonna make us do back. I understand, but you're not protecting yourself while doing that. I'm sorry. You were saying?
No, we keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I see as well on that side. There's kind of that side thing that I see as well that I've seen a lot online where you cannot question your own, never.
Yeah.
And you have to forever shut the fuck up. And then you just live all that thing, and people, he said a beautiful sentence, it's like, winners don't get to let losers tell the story.
Facts.
So
The victors write the history.
There's that thing that sometimes it be your own people, man. Your own community lets you
your own
force you to
niggas,
shut
man.
up about certain things because it's not gonna look good. It feels almost like a relic of the past of slavery. You know, it's not supposed to look bad in front of the master.
Yo, this nigga have his face.
Slavery. You know, it's not supposed to look bad in front of the master. It's weird. There's also that weird sentiment that I feel whenever that happens. Nah, I can't tell. No, you fucked up, and you're fucking me over. You're fucked up. You're making me. You're stealing from us, but I can't tell you that you steal. No, that's a mess. Anyway.
It's a myth.
On this whole topic of like, oh, why is he airing them out publicly? Listen, I don't care if Katt Williams is being loud about it. I really don't care. Because these people were being loud when they stole from him. They were stealing from him on television. Wasn't that loud when they were engaging in theft on national television?
That's the loudest you could be.
You know, you don't like it, the fact that, oh, there's a little bit of conflict. Bruv, this man committed a crime against me on television and y'all want me to be quiet. I don't care. I don't care if he airs out everybody. I don't care how messy it gets. I don't give a fuck about none of that stuff. These people are thieves, and a lot of people are think it's more important to protect the image of black people rather than rooting out evil people within the community.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh.
People who steal and pilfer. They want to make sure we look good. Meanwhile, there's dirty shit happening in the back. Your clean image doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it feels like the same thing with like I'm not saying it's the same level of crime with the R. Kelly stuff or whatever, but some people don't want to critique black people so badly that they'll let people do all kinds of nasty shit. You're not good for the cause.
It goes for our churches. It goes
Facts.
for families. It goes for a lot of things.
Facts.
It looks good, but you don't want to air it out because you're at fear that it won't look good.
I don't really care about protecting people who steal from others. I don't care about people who care about protecting. I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, blue. Don't give a. You get the same treatment from me. If you harm your community, if you harm your people, if you harm people in general, you don't deserve protection from nobody. Even if it's my own family member. I may not attack them publicly. If it's my own family member, though, you're not going to get my protection. Don't care. You want to go around stealing, you need to eat your consequences, hold your accountability for it. You want to steal from people, don't expect me to be jumping through hoops. But y'all here want to be more concerned with protecting everybody, even if they don't deserve it. But you're only going to do that because you're not the one personally affected. That's fake to me. All this talk about community, but the truth is, it's because it's not your own pockets. The truth is, it's not your own work that's being stolen. Because if it was you, you would have hoped to God that your community came to your defense to stop the person who's predating on you. But no, we gotta protect our own. Yo, get with that shit.
Yeah,
Set
that
what's the point of
shit.
the community?
Set
if
that
the
shit.
moment I get hurt, they telling me to keep quiet, further victimizing myself. You're not gonna get none of that support from me. Never. Never. We handle it. We might not handle it publicly, but if you're not able to handle it privately, and you still make, then we have nothing to talk about. You need to come out publicly and fix what you did publicly. I don't want you to steal my shit publicly and then come to say sorry in private. You better get up there and say it. Until you do, then we don't have any amends, and there is no justice, no peace, none of that stuff. That's how I.
In watching this, I didn't know before how idealistic Abba would be towards, we'll say, like joke stealing or like comedy. But in watching this, finding out that he tells jokes and like he does comedy, and Abba and the Priest does comedy as well, it's very funny to me because I'm like, yo, he's as idealistic as I am when it comes to like niggas needing to write their own rhymes. I know it don't work like that completely in the industry, but still, like, there's a part of me that's just like, did you steal that motherfucking bar? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, see this nigga's face right now. That nigga's upset, as he should be. But it's just, You don't, at least for me, in all the times I've watched Abin preach, there's not too many times that you really see Abin just really be like, yo, this has touched my third rail. This can't run.
I see it. But shout out to Katt. Let him do his thing. Always been one of the greats. Was still one of the greats. And will go down as one of the greats. I love his work, so I support everything he said there. As long as it's true, I don't care how it comes out, even if it's a little funky. Also, shout out to Shane Sharp. He's killing it with the podcast.
Fucking right, Uncle
good.
Shay
like
Shay.
that he just sat back and let.
That's a pro.
Talk
That's
shit.
a pro.
He runs good interviews. I'm not gonna lie.
But then what? Oh, word! He was able to pull back whenever it was the right time to pull back and ask the right question. No. Let's circle back on what you said.
Yep.
That's a professional mess provider, I want y'all to know. The way Uncle Shannon handles his motherfucking interviews, that's a messy nigga. That's a messy nigga. However, he's a fucking professional, so he knows how to be messy in the right way. And that's why, god damn it, I'm still gonna probably have to watch that interview now. Cause boy, there's some shit that I know I gotta see.
Nice. Well, the wife should be submissive to her husband, as the husband should be submissive to Hala. Look that up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look that up.
Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I have no idea what you're talking about. We're only here.
All right, yeah, that's it for me. Like I said at the beginning, I've watched these niggas enough. I felt like I might get too of a, not like I have a problem with too of an adult approach, but I thought I was gonna give a little bit more jokes. I got jokes all right, but like, not the ones I wanted. I thought they was gonna be a little bit more messier, or a little bit more just going over the actual interview. Nah, they just, nigga don't steal jokes. I respect it. That's pretty much it for this one. Thank you guys for joining me. If you could please hit that like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this joke stealing and all this Katt stuff. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.